Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today you will be learning a very important topic in mathematical analysis. So before we begin, let me introduce first myself. I am Giselle Garcia Solomon, and I will be teaching you how to analyze frequencies and do crosstalking having multiple responses using the SPSS. And so my topic is creating and using multiple response sets. Okay, so in this video, you will be learning, or I'm going to explain to you what is this multiple response set. And also, I'm going to give you steps and procedures how to do crosstalking and how to analyze frequencies using the statistical packages in social sciences. Okay, so let's get started now.
Okay, so again, my topic is creating and using multiple response set. Okay, so in some cases, when we ask questions to our respondent, we don't only require them to give only one answer, but also several answers, just like this example. Choose the answers which describe the benefits of strawberries. So as you can see, there are 6 choices. Okay, we have soothe respiratory disorders, boost immunity, treat arthritis and gout, treat acne, prevent cancer, and treat stomach pain. Okay, so in here, they're not just going to choose one answer, but they can choose 2 or more, or in multiple. Okay, so a question that requires multiple answers is what we call the multiple response question. Here is another example. So for example, survey instructions such as tick all responses that apply, list up to 3 reasons you do physical exercise. So these instructions require multiple answers or multiple responses. Okay, so out of the multiple response questions, okay, we require also multiple responses. And those multiple responses require multiple response analysis. So what is this multiple response analysis? It is a frequency analysis when there can be more than one response per participant to a question. Okay, so by knowing the multiple response question, we need to do multiple response analysis. So in multiple response analysis, we can do 2. Frequency counts, and then the cross-tabulation or the cross-tabbing analysis. Okay, so most probably in service, it often contain questions that allow respondents to select more than one answer. In managing such questions in SPSS statistics can produce some difficulty. So each response in a multiple response question should be coded as a separate variable and then grouped under a multiple response set of variables. We're now talking about the multiple response set. It means that you are not going to analyze each responses one by one, but you can do a multiple response analysis by doing the multiple response set. It means that you need to set the responses for you to easily analyze the frequency counts and then the cross-tabulation of the variables. So it can be analyzed through those. Okay, so let's now move on. So what is this multiple response set in SPSS? So again, these are constructed from multiple variables in the data file. It is also a special construct within a data file. Okay, responses are or could be arranged in sets. Okay, so I kept on repeating that particular concept. Okay, so that is actually the purpose of this creating and using multiple response set, for you to easily analyze your data rather. Okay, so what is multiple response variable? So these are the questions that the respondents can select more than one answer. Okay, going on. So let's now proceed to our main topic. Okay, so we're talking about variables. The responses of the respondents are considered now the variables. Okay, so they are now called the multiple response variables, and this table, okay, are considered though the variables. So as you can see, we have the different variables. We have the ID, male, age, preference, baseball, basketball, football, total sports, and so on. Okay, these are now considered to be the multiple response variable. Okay, so one of the there are actually 7 responses. Okay, the particular answer to or answers to the question: how many tickets were sold in games and then in arts? Okay, so in games we have 3 responses. We have baseball, basketball, and then football. For the arts, we also have another responses. We have symphony, opera, theater, and then ballet. Okay, so aside from those responses, we could also see a variable, which is the total art. How many tickets were sold in arts? Aside from that, you also have the total number of sold tickets in both arts and games as variables. Okay, so this is now the data view. So we have the yes, the no, and then the total sports. So yes or no were actually the responses. Okay, so there are only responses. It could be yes or a no, and the yes is equivalent or has a value of 1, and the no has a value of 0. Okay, so moving forward, okay, so having the variable with their values, we can now proceed to the main analysis. Okay, so we can start the analysis having all those variables. So what is the first step? Okay, so of course we have, you click analyze in the menu bar, and then you choose multiple response. So we only have an active step, which is define variable sets, and frequencies and cross-subs are not yet ready or are not yet available. Okay, so in order for you to analyze the frequencies and the cross tabulations, you need to define first which variable should be in set. Okay, so after clicking that, we could see here on this part the variables, and you would like baseball, basketball, and football to be part of the variables in set. Okay, so you choose those 3 and click this arrow, and then automatically it will go to the variables in set, including the other variables, which are symphony, opera, theater, and ballet. So there are 7 responses, or there are 7 variables arranged, or which will be arranged in set. Okay, so that's it. The next thing that you need to do after choosing the variables in set, you may now proceed to the variables are coded as what? Okay, of course, since the answers to the question or the responses are only 2, the yes or a no, that is under dichotomies. Okay, when we talked about dichotomies, this is a response, or this is only composed of 2 responses. That's why it's called die. Okay, and the highest value is 1. So after coding them as dichotomies, the next thing that you need to do is to do the file naming and labeling. So what will be the file name and what label? Okay, so it is just up to you what will be your file name for those parts. Okay, so after that, you may now click or press add. Automatically, your variables in set here will proceed to the multiple response set. Okay, they are now here. It means that the variables here, there are 7, right? So they become 1 now, and they are in set, 1 set only. Okay, so there is also a $sign. It means that the variable is in set. Okay, and then you click close. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is to click again analyze So after defining variable set, you are now ready to do analysis of the cross-tabulation and then frequencies. Let's check if those two are now available in the analyze bar, in analyze menu bar. Okay, so click analyze, you go to multiple response, and then of course, yes, they now appear here. They are now available. Okay, so again, you need to define first the variable set for you to possibly analyze the frequencies and cross tabulation. So the first analysis that we are going to do is frequencies. Okay, click frequency, and then a dialog box will appear. So we have here the next step that you need to do is you're going to click this set, and then you click this arrow. It means that this will be the set that you would like to analyze the frequency count. You click this arrow and then you click OK. Okay, and then of course a frequency analysis is now presented. So this is now the answer. Okay, this is the tickets dichotomy's frequency. So those the 7, the baseball, basketball, football, symphony, opera, theater, and ballet, are the variables in set that you were able to know their frequencies. Okay, it's very simple, right? So you're just going to click the variable in set and then you click OK. Automatically, you will be presented with an answer. Okay, so you're done. You're now familiar with how to identify or how to analyze the frequency counts of a multiple response set. The next thing that you will do or you can do in this is to do cross tabulation. Okay, when we talked about cross tabulation, of course, or cross tabbing, you would like to identify the relationship of the variables or difference or their differences. Okay, so same procedure. You go to analyze, you click multiple response, and then choose cross tabulation or cross tabs, and then a dialog box will appear. So this is now how it looks like. Okay, so this is the variable, and then this is the multiple response set that you would like to do cross tabulation. So you click that one, click this arrow, and then automatically they will proceed to columns. Okay, so of course, when we talked about cross tabulation, it doesn't only contains one variable, it should be 2 for the rows. So if you would like to have mail to do cross tabulation with tickets, then you choose mail, click this arrow. Okay, so mail, the mail is available now here. Okay, and we could see 2 question marks. And of course, it means that they need to define the ranges. So you click define ranges, and then what will be the minimum, what is the maximum. So I have mentioned a while ago that the highest number, it means that the male is the 1 and female is 0. Okay, so once you define the ranges, you may now click continue, and then you click OK. Okay, so our result will come out. Very simple, it's very easy. So we could see now the result here. We could see how many female buy tickets and how many male bought tickets. Okay, so take a look. Okay, so that is the multiple response analysis. Okay, so I hope you learned something from my video. Okay, so thank you so much.